I am Laurențiu. In this video, we will talk about project performance evaluation and how to reflect this in the application form. The performance framework refers to a set of indicators put in place to measure the success of your project and also of the program. It derives from the intervention logic and it reflects also the guidance of the European Commission for the programming period 2021-2027. As a measure of simplification compared to the previous program, the number of result and output indicator has been reduced. Why is performance evaluation important? The goal of your project is to reach policy improvements, and beyond measuring if the activities have been performed correctly, you will also need to measure if the results have been achieved. Capturing these achievements will help you measure the success of your project, but will also contribute to demonstrating the added value of interregional cooperation. When evaluating the performance of the project, three concepts must be taken into consideration: outputs, results, and impacts. Outputs are tangible deliverables which contribute to achieving the project objectives. The results are the immediate effects of implementing the project activities, while the impact refers to the medium and long-term effects of achieving the results. Performance is measured through indicators, and we have put in place 6 output indicators, 2 results indicators, and 1 impact indicators. We will deal with them one by one. The output indicators will be reflected in section C5 of the application form. The list is restricted to the output indicators predefined by the program, and their values are automatically calculated based on the data in different parts of the application form. For instance, the number of organizations cooperating across borders counts the number of project partners, the number of associated policy authorities which are featured in section B, partnership of your application form, but also counts the stakeholders which are listed in section D of the application form. This is the policy instruments. Make sure that when you are filling the list of stakeholders, you allocate a single box to a single stakeholder. This way, the system will be able to count them. If we are talking about number of pilot actions developed, this is rather straightforward. It derives from the data that you have been inserted in section D of the application form, which is referring to policy instruments. The number of policy instruments addressed, of course, reflects the policy instruments listed in your application form in section D. The number of interregional policy learning events refers to these exchange of experience events, which include at least 2 partner regions. We are talking about webinars, workshops, study visits, staff exchanges, peer review, or other activities, but we are excluding the local activities such as local stakeholder group meetings or other local gatherings. This information, you will need to set it directly in the work plan, and the target values must be set for each semester. The same goes for the number of good practices indicator, which refers to the number of good practices that you plan to identify and share for each semester. Also, these target values need to be provided in section E, work plan of the application form. The things are a bit different when we are talking about the results indicators. We have a limited number of results indicators, only 2, and these refer to the number of organizations with increased capacity and the number of policy instruments improved. They are still reflected in section C5 of the application form, but the difference compared to the output indicators is that you will need to set the target value. How you will set this target value? By comparing the results indicators with the output indicators that correspond to them. For instance, the number of organizations cooperating across border will need to be compared with the number of organizations that have improved their capacity. At the same time, the number of policy instrument addressed will need to be compared with the number of policy instruments improved. Ideally, the ambition of the project should be to reach 100% performance. However, we notice that in reality, such a level of performance may be difficult to achieve. It is your task as project to set realistic targets for your results. Talking about impact, we only have one impact indicator. This is funds influence, and it estimates the financial impact of the policy improvements achieved thanks to the project. The impact indicator does not need to be set in the application form, and the estimative value does not need to be provided. The impact will only be measured through the progress reports. We hope you find this session useful, and we are looking forward to receive any question you may have on this topic. Thank you.